Tonight, the streaking Minnesota Wild welcome last year's Central Division champs, the Colorado Avalanche, to the Xcel Energy Center in St. Paul. The Wild have won 4 in a row. They stand 11th in the West, but a regulation win here tonight against the Avalanche, and Minnesota can jump all the way into the 9 spot. Playoff race heating up in the Western Conference with Mike Greenlay. I'm Anthony LaPanta. It's heating up for the Minnesota Wild because they've turned their game around. They've turned their season around. 6-1-1 in their last 8.
Yeah, definitely out of necessity. The Minnesota Wild got to a point where they said things have to start happening right now. That's why they went out and got a goaltender in Dubnyk, and that's why they turned their game around, started pushing the right way. After the All-Star break, in the next 17 games, the Wild only had 1 back-to-back set. That's coming up on Monday and Tuesday. And they also face a lot of the teams that they're racing right now for that last couple playoff spots with. So it's a good opportunity right here in the month of February for them to take this push that they started before the break and continue all the way through the month.
All phases of the game have been very much improved for Minnesota. Tonight, they face a Colorado team that's going to be hungry. Eliminated by the Wild from the playoffs last year, the Avalanche just starting to find their game, and they're led by longtime Wild killer Jarome Iginla.
Yeah, I think people remember him in a flame sweater, but you know what? This is a young, talented team. There is no question about it. Everyone talks about the future of the Avalanche, but right now, they need a veteran presence, and that's why they brought in a guy like Iginla. Granted, they have guys like Tanguay as well, but when you have some depth with some veteran leadership, sometimes you're able to piece things together, especially with a talented young group. And right now, Iginla continues to press. He has 16 goals on the season, and he's leading by example like leaders should.
Figures to be a fast game tonight between the Wild and the Avalanche. Nobody moves quicker than Jason Zucker. We break down his complete game next. Out of the Avs in St. Paul tonight, Jason Zucker has scored goals in consecutive games for Minnesota, but it's been his complete game that's been different.
No question that Jason Zucker has bought into the defensive side of the game, will create offensive chances. Look at this right here. He's the last man in. He notices that that's his man coming in late. But as soon as he helps break up the play, he notices that the Wild have the puck, and that's when he turns on the Jets offensively. He uses his speed, and look at how he is able to draw some distance between him and his back checkers. That's the kind of game that Jason Zucker can create, and he's been doing it on a consistent basis.
Key game in the Western Conference playoff race between the Minnesota Wild and the team they knocked out of the postseason a year ago. Opening faceoff in St. Paul next. 4-game win streak, the Wild are back in the Western Conference playoff race. 7 teams are log-jammed in a fight to the finish for the final few spots. Tonight, Minnesota faces a familiar foe. It doesn't look like Minnesota and Colorado will match up again in the opening round of the playoffs, but they will definitely be battling it out for an invite to the NHL's second season. Round 1 of a crucial final 3 matchups with the Avs next. It's the 3rd of 5 meetings this season between these two that went toe-to-toe in the opening round of the playoffs a year ago. The Wild won 2 in a row to open the season. They meet for the first time since tonight in St. Paul. Our Northland Ford starting goaltenders.
Semyon Varlamov, the Wild were able to solve him last year in the playoffs. But he has played 16 of the last 17 Avs games, so he is on his game, and they do rely upon him quite a bit. Devan Dubnyk, well, he's starting his 9th consecutive game here for the Wild. 6-1-1 in the 7 decisions that he has. And he has played exceptionally well for the Minnesota Wild, giving them an opportunity to play their style of hockey.
We're underway here in St. Paul. Wild looking for their 5th consecutive win. Zucker taps it to Koivu. Across for Spurgeon, who fires. It's tipped on goal and a save by Varlamov. This line of Koivu between Zucker and Pominville providing tremendous chances lately and finally rewarded the other night in the win against Chicago.
Just good to see them continuing to click, and the Wild have been able to keep their top 6 together in a way that just allows them to continue to play their game. Opportunities galore for both of those top lines for the Minnesota Wild.
Koivu wins the draw. Pominville back to the point for Brodin. Brodin works his way around Landeskog. In behind for Pominville. It was tapped, and now Landeskog has it ahead to McKinnon. And the Avs break out. Nathan McKinnon Races through neutral ice. Caught from behind by Zucker, who strips him clean of the puck.
Seen a lot more of that in Zucker's game this season. It's the reason why he's found himself a home up on the top six and Mike Yo's trust.
Jan Hejda with it for Colorado to McKinnon at center. Into the Minnesota zone. Landeskog picks it up along the wall. McKinnon has it in the corner. McKinnon pressured by Vanek. O'Reilly behind the net trying to escape Granlund. Hands it off to Landeskog. Landeskog with it for the Avs. Down low for McKinnon. McKinnon leaves it to Landeskog. He fires, saved by Dubnyk, and he just covers the rebound.
We all know Jason Zucker has a lot of speed when we see him offensively, but guess what? That speed can help you on the back check as well. Great job him, and he just digs in, and what I love is that he continues to skate right up until he picks his pocket. Too many players go for the water ski, and they get a hooking penalty, but he did not.
You can almost feel the surprise from McKinnon, who doesn't get caught from behind very often.
Yeah, he's well known as a pretty speedy player himself, especially with the puck. Everyone can skate faster without the puck, but McKinnon's the kind of guy who can outleg a lot of guys when he's carrying it.
Carter has it for Minnesota, off the boards and out to center. Elliott there for the Avs. Avs without two key defensemen tonight. And Elliott is in for just the second time this year. Icing called against Colorado. A faceoff coming back in the Avalanche zone.
Well, that's not going to necessarily help them in the shots against department. The Wild are #1 in allowing shots against this season. They're only allowed 27 on average per game. The Avalanche are up almost to 34 per game, and that's 29th in the National Hockey League. That's why I said they rely on Varlamov a lot, and they likely will here this evening as well.
Spurgeon fires on goal, held by Varlamov. This is a series, a rivalry that's quickly developing, and it has swung in Minnesota's favor lately. Last year, regular season, and then the first couple of playoff games, the Wild were just 1-5-1 against the Avs. But in the last 7, Minnesota has won 6. They took 4 of the last 5 in the playoffs last year. The first 2 this year. Look at the shot differential there. Plus 90 for Minnesota in the last 7 head-to-head meetings.
What I like about the numbers there is that it shows the Wild had to solve a problem, obviously, and they were able to do that. They locked down certain factors for Colorado that were working for them, and they were able to spin it back the other way and solve some of the problems that they were facing, like Varlamov to be the most obvious one, but so many others, and they're able to turn the record right back around and carried it right into this season.
Schrader gains the offensive zone, but he's crushed by Holden. Niederreiter in on the forecheck for Minnesota. Niederreiter, Coyle, Schrader make up the third line for Minnesota tonight. Niederreiter and Coyle tied for the team lead with 88 hits coming in. Varlamov tries to play it himself. Zucker intercepts to Koivu for a drive that goes just wide. Pominville catches up with a loose puck. Pominville in the corner. Duchesne playing without a stick. Zucker has it there for Minnesota. Back to Pominville. His shot was blocked. Pominville recovers the loose puck along the wall. Through the skates of Koivu. Brodin fires. Save Varlamov. Loose puck. Pominville. Save Varlamov. He stops Zucker on the doorstep. Varlamov with a couple of brilliant stops. Pominville. Great pressure provided by the Wild early. And it deflects out of play. An offensive zone draw coming. Zucker, Pominville, Koivu buzzing for Minnesota.
This looked like a young Anthony LaPanta on the road in front of his house. It looked like ball hockey out here, just banging away, guys laying all over the place. And the Wild, I don't know how that didn't go in. It went 5-hole on Varlamov. He was able to keep that out, and then he throws the old school double pad stack and continues to make saves. And that's what the Avalanche count on from Varlamov. He's providing it early. The Wild just pouncing here, getting plenty of opportunities here in this first few shifts.
Suter plays down low for the Wild. Parise, Granlund in on the forecheck. Jan Hejda emerges with the puck for Colorado. Flips one high in the air, trying to spring McKinnon. He had to wait for it at the Minnesota line, and that allowed the Wild a chance to catch up with the play. Brodin behind the net for the Wild. Chased by Landeskog. Brodin fights him off. Got it to Vanek. Taps it back to Suter and ahead to Parise. Parise hits the Colorado line. Granlund winds, fires, and a stick save by Varlamov. Spurgeon just off the bench holds the zone. Parise in behind for Vanek. Trying to center to Granlund. That's intercepted by McKinnon. And McKinnon carries back for Colorado. Tremendous pace early. Half a dozen shots for Minnesota in the first 3.5 minutes of the game. Stephen Elliott in the corner. Hit there by Carter. And the loose puck picked up by Gennon. Gennon crushed by Carter in the corner. Mitchell there to pick it up for the Avs, and he slides it across. Elliott at center ice into the Minnesota zone. Spurgeon back to pick it up for the Wild. Leaves for Erik Haula. Haula plays it back around for Spurgeon. He's pinned up against the glass by McLeod. Minnesota again efficiently out of their own zone. Haula races around Elliott. Haula cutting in. Penalty coming on the play. Backhand shot by Brodziak. Knocked down by Varlamov. And we'll get the whistle and the call. Tremendous rush by Erik Haula. Draws the penalty.
Colorado 46, 2-minute minor, holding.
It was necessary because with the speed right here and the bobbled puck, he was getting an opportunity to cut to the front of the net and just held him off. Good strength here by Haula as he gets wrapped up, but stays with it and actually makes a good feed to Brodziak, who also got a chance.
It's time for an XL Energy.
Erik Haula, whose game really emerged last year in the playoffs against Colorado as a shutdown forward, here draws a penalty, puts Minnesota on the power play. Koivu to Pominville. Pominville back to Koivu. In front, Parise! It's up on top of the goal. No whistle. Varlamov can't find it. Vanek does. Out to the point for Suter. Into the corner, Koivu. Back to Suter, who works to the middle. Pominville for Koivu. Koivu in. Fire! Save Varlamov! And he hangs on with Vanek in front of him. Minnesota all over him here in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, a little bit of an unlucky break here as it pops up and lands on top of the net rather than down under the crossbar. They're able to clear that out. But the Wild just getting chance after chance, and all of these opportunities are going to keep pushing Varlamov back into his net. Last chance by Koivu, also a good opportunity that Varlamov was able to lock down, but he was pretty deep in his net. And you remember last year in the playoffs when the Wild started to find a lot of success against Varlamov, it was because their pressure was able to push him back into his crease and keep him from challenging as much as he liked.
Wild on the power play for another minute 15, but the Avs controlling the puck. Gennon works his way into the corner. He's tied up there and stripped to the puck. Koivu has it for Minnesota. Wild with 6 power play goals in their last 8 games, 23% over that stretch. The Avs have not been great on the kill lately. They've allowed 6 power play goals in their last 8. Parise tried to feed the point. Suter holds for Minnesota. Back into the corner, Parise helps it along the wall for Pominville, who kicks it back down low. Parise tried to center, get into the line, but not out. Pominville holds. Suter hustles down with it for Minnesota. Suter centers, and it's steered just wide by Vanek. Out to the point for Pominville. Works his way back to the middle. Gives to Koivu. Koivu to Parise. Parise to Pominville. He fires high and wide. Rebound held by Koivu. Koivu spins away from McLeod. Into the corner, Parise. 20 in the power play. Parise sandwiched behind the net. Tanguay clears, and it gets by Suter and all the way down. And that'll just about do it on the Minnesota power play. The Wild with a 9-1 edge in shots on goal. But so far, they have not beaten Varlamov. Here, Carter is in for Minnesota. Works to the middle, taken down by Holden. He goes crashing into the end boards. The Avs are back at full strength. Scandella across for Spurgeon, who drives it in. Holden tied up in the corner. Carter has it for Minnesota. He got it to Spurgeon at the point. Spurgeon holds his own to Brodziak. His shot kicked out by Varlamov.
Shooting gallery right now here. Minnesota Wild just shooting things from everywhere. They're going to get a break here. You gotta know it. Just the chasing that Colorado's doing right now is just too difficult to keep up for that long if the Wild continue to pressure.
Varlamov feels the same thing. He'll cover and get a whistle. 7 minutes in St. Paul. 10 shots on goal already for Minnesota in a fast-paced start at the XL Energy Center.
Score early on between the Wild and the Avalanche. The story so far, Semyon Varlamov. He has been brilliant for Colorado. Tonight marks the 18th time in the last 19 he has started for Patrick Waugh. Mike Yeo this morning talked about the game plan against this guy. The Wild have seemed to get his number as the matchup has gone on. He said, you got to get shots off quick. Do not allow this guy to get set. You're going to get looks in tight. When you do, you've got to go bar down. You've got to go up high because he's always down on that ice, taking away the lower part of the net. And the final thing he said, it's not about net front presence. It's about goalie front presence. You've got to take away this guy's vision. Boys, we've seen the Wild in tight already. Haven't got the puck up. That'll be something to watch as the game progresses.
What I do like is that they're getting quick shots off. And granted, they aren't getting the goalie front presence that Mike Yeo talked about this morning, but they are getting quick releases. They are in the mindset right now to fire that puck from everywhere and anywhere. And they have 10-1 shot advantage right now. That's going to pay off for them here pretty soon.
We've seen the Wild dominate the Avalanche in this building the last few times the teams have met. Minnesota won all 3 games in the playoff series here last year. Won on opening night this year 5-0. And a lot of those games have had this kind of a feel where the Wild have completely dominated, and Varlamov is the only reason the Avs have stayed in the game. Niederreiter picks up the loose puck for Minnesota. Sends it ahead for Schrader. Schrader to Charlie Coyle into the Colorado zone. Coyle plays to the corner. Schrader there to pick it up for Minnesota. Schrader playing in his 2nd consecutive game for Minnesota, his 5th total on the year. Mike Yeo says he has liked his game every time he's come from Iowa. Spurgeon for Zucker at center. Zucker's pass deflected by Redmond. Recovered by Spurgeon, and Zucker flips it in. Jan Hejda back to pick it up for Colorado. Leaves it behind the net for Redmond. Redmond has taken the spot of Erik Johnson on the top defensive pairing for Colorado. Johnson missing his 5th consecutive game for the Avalanche here tonight with a knee injury. Redmond plays it in. Spurgeon trying to get it by Tanguay. The centering pass deflected by Scandella. And the loose puck now cleared ahead by Zucker. Pominville has it. Spurgeon joins the rush. He drops to Scandella. Back to Pominville. A shot. Glove save. Varlamov.
Great line rush here and good use of everybody on that rush. Driving down the middle, the Wild do a great job of getting themselves an open chance. Watch this shot here by Pominville. As Kevin Gorg mentioned earlier, love to see that go a little bit higher. It didn't look like he got all of that one. Good shot nevertheless, but that was mid to low. Fire that one up high, it's tough to raise the glove that quickly.
Dubnyk will cover this one, and a faceoff coming in the Minnesota zone. The Avs without a couple defensemen, Minnesota without a forward on our Sanford Health injury report.
Well, this will be the 2nd time that he misses a considerable amount of time for the Wild this season. It's been tough trying to get his health, but hopefully in the next 6 weeks he's able to recover, rehab, and then get back in a timely fashion, as is reasonable, and help the Minnesota Wild out. And you can't exactly tell other players to go out there and play like Matt Cook. But if everyone goes out there and plays their style and their role, that'll help. But never easy to lose a guy, a veteran like Matt Cook, who's vocal as well as a good leader on the ice.
Centering pass by Vanek at the side of the net. Avs not only with the single shot on goal, they have only 1 shot attempt at this point. We've played almost half of a period. Vanek with it for Minnesota. Around behind for Suter. Suter for the Wild to Parise, gloves and drops at neutral ice. He's hit there by Cleach. Parise recovers the puck. He and Cleach continue to battle along the boards. Parise knocks him to the ice, comes away with the puck, trying to get it by Elliott. But it's cleared back to the Minnesota line. Knocked ahead with a hand. Touched by the Avalanche. That negates the hand pass. And Cleach tips it in. Dubnyk with a strange carom off the end wall. Dangerously close to an ugly one for Colorado.
Well, my goodness. This was all just a dump in. Vanek didn't touch the puck, or it would have been a face-off inside the Wild zone. And the Avalanche just dumped this one in. It caroms crazily off the back wall, and you'd see that it just kind of hops over the stick, and then it was pinball time with the feet of Dubnyk. Oh man, that actually his right It went off his left skate, and thank goodness for his right skate. Otherwise, it'd have gone right into the net.
Puck controlled here by the Wild. Prosser has it up the boards. Cleach intercepts the clearing attempt. Back in where Prosser scoops it up for Minnesota. Brodziak and Holden collide there, and Haula supports to play the puck out to neutral ice. Brodziak has it for the Wild. Halfway through the first period, no score. Brodziak across to Prosser, who carries ahead. Prosser tried to play to the corner, cleared the line, and now Cleach sends it out to neutral ice. Haula there for Minnesota. Carter brings it back in. Gets one across to Brodziak. He's taken down by Mitchell. And the puck winds up behind the Colorado goal where Redmond has it. McLeod. Intercepted at the Minnesota line. Scandella to Brodziak, who dumps it in. Scandella fights off a hit along the boards. Wrestles himself free from Everberg. Spurgeon holds. Behind for Niederreiter. Niederreiter to Schrader! He fires and it's off the glove of Varlamov and over the top of the goal. Scandella sends it across. Coyle to Niederreiter. He's tied up by Mitchell. Niederreiter leaves it for Spurgeon. Spurgeon looking for a lane. Circles the net, still with the puck. To Scandella for a shot. That's off the end glass. Niederreiter holds for Minnesota. To Scandella. Winds, fires, score! Tipped by Coyle, and the Wild lead 1-0.
Just a dominant shift here. The puck just continued to stay inside the zone. And then this shot is tipped down by Coyle. Oddly enough, that's what Mike Yeo wants the players to try and avoid as much as possible. And that is standing off to the side and tipping it with just the stick. But in this case, it ended up working, and it worked very well on a very hard shot that is tipped downwards into the 5-hole. And the Wild have a 1-0 lead. Great hand-eye there by Charlie Coyle.
7th of the year for Coyle, and the Wild rewarded for a dominant opening 11 minutes.
From Scandella and Niederreiter.
Scandella and Niederreiter assist on the Coyle goal. 1-0 for the Wild. Zucker flips it to the line. It's held, but then the shot blocked. Koivu sends it ahead. Zucker off to the races. He's tripped. Zucker saved by Varlamov. And will it be a penalty shot or not? Let's see.
I don't think it is, because he was able to regain his feet and get a very good shot off here.
Colorado number 2, 2 minutes tripping.
Holden will go for tripping. Wild to the power play. Moments after Coyle breaks the scoreless tie. 1-0 Minnesota. Hall. Here in St. Paul, the Wild heading out of the power play for the second time in the game. Suter to Koivu. Koivu's centering pass deflected up against the end boards. Koivu has it back to Vanek. Vanek tried to sweep one across for Pominville. Pominville back to Koivu. Out front, Parise tipped it just wide. Wild on the power play. 0 for 1 so far tonight. Had good chances the first time around. Vanek to Suter. Suter to Koivu. A shot saved by Varlamov.
Well, how did the Wild get on the power play? Well, it's, again, Jason Zucker's speed. The Wild chipped the puck up the ice, and Zucker is off to the races. He gets tripped. And I don't think if he'd have just kept sliding, you'd have probably got a penalty shot out of that. But since he got a good opportunity, after he popped back to his feet, it was just a 2-minute minor. Both penalties by Colorado in this game already, both very necessary, because the Wild continue to move their feet and drive for the net.
Pominville winds, fires, and it deflects out of play. And interestingly, that's what I talked about right off the top tonight. Mikko Koivu said he's trying to find more ways to maximize Zucker's speed. There's a perfect example. A puck in the defensive zone. Just flip one up in the air and let Zucker run under it.
We've seen that happen, too, a few times. Scandella sent him against Chicago on a breakaway when Zucker came right off the bench. Zucker's ability to use his speed really opens up avenues for defensemen and, as you mentioned, guys like Mikko Koivu.
Parise gives to Koivu. Koivu Spins away from Talbot. Back out to Suter. Suter had it caught in his skates. Manages to hold the zone. Koivu centers. Nobody home for Minnesota. And Redmond comes away with it for Colorado. Wild with an edge in shots of 15-1. Shot attempts 26-2. 2 shot attempts for Colorado in 13 minutes. And Mike, if you add that to the previous 4 meetings here in St. Paul, the Wild with a 186-142 edge in shots on goal. Better than attempted shots. Better than 2-1.
Now, a lot of that fed also by that first game here of the season. Good presence in front of the net there by Niederreiter.
Dumba's shot is held. You look back at Game 3 last year in the playoffs, Minnesota out-attempted him better than 2-1, 75-37. Opening night this year, which you referred to, 78 shot attempts for Minnesota, only 29 for the Avs. It's amazing how these last 5 games between the teams in this building have been this one-sided in the Wild's favor.
When the Wild get rolling and playing their style and continue to forecheck like they have already in this game, it's really tough to slow that down. And given the fact that the Avs defense is a little bit depleted here this evening, that's certainly not going to help their case. And the Wild are trying to take advantage of it. It's 16-1 in shots right now. And we're not even 3/4 of the way through the period yet.
28 seconds left on Minnesota's power play. Granlund will draw against Mitchell. Draw controlled by the Wild. Dumba across to Spurgeon. Niederreiter to Spurgeon. Back to Niederreiter. Into the corner, Granlund. Up high, Spurgeon. Dumba fires. It was tipped by Niederreiter and wound up wide. Loose in the corner. Mitchell has it for Colorado and fires it all the way down. That'll end the Wild power play. Holden is back. The Avs are at full strength as Spurgeon comes to center. Gives to Brodziak, who flips it in. Minnesota changes, and the Avs come away with the puck. Landeskog to McKinnon into the Minnesota zone. McKinnon drops it back. A shot by Holden. Kicked out by Dubnyk. Hasn't been busy. Only 2 shots on goal in the period, but he makes a solid save there.
Hasn't taken Dubnyk long to get a following here at XL Energy Center. Every time he makes a save these days, it's Dube.
Prosser plays it ahead for Brodziak. Cross ice for Carter. Carter trying to escape Holden along the wall. Gets it past Redmond, but then it's turned back the other way by the Avs. Prosser intercepts. Carter just onside at the line. Goes skate to stick. He's tied up. Redmond strips him of the puck. Landeskog plays it across. O'Reilly taps to the line. Brodin holds. Koivu plays down low. Palmville a shot. That goes wide. Suter knocks it down at neutral ice. Just under 5 minutes left in the first period. Charlie Coyle with the game's only goal. Zucker here with a drive right on. Saved by Varlamov. And the shooting gallery continues in a 1-0 game. On top of the Avalanche, 1-0 late in the first period. Minnesota hockey developed in Minnesota. Ryan Carter played his youth hockey and high school hockey at White Bear Lake. Went on to play collegiately at Minnesota State. Now he's stepping into a more important role for the Wild, especially with Matt Cook out.
They're going to ask him to continue to do what he's doing, of course. Maybe even get more physical. That certainly couldn't hurt the Wild. It's still surprising to me that a guy who invited to training camp by the Devils and then signed as an unrestricted free agent by the Wild, hard to believe he was available. I mean, he has always been a very serviceable player. He plays his role, he knows his role, and he doesn't try and play outside of that role. And he has been a terrific addition to the Wild, no question.
I remember asking Chuck Fletcher about him the day that the signing was announced, and he said, you know, we sat down, we saw his name on the available list, and I went to the coaches, and we all agreed we're better off with him.
Yeah.
And he has certainly helped Minnesota in so many ways. Carter actually played in this building in the first state high school hockey tournament played here at the XL Energy Center. A member of the Bears back in 2001. This month, the best drivers in the world will push themselves and their cars to the limits in the 57th running of the Great American Race. Be there as NASCAR drops the flag on another season and catch the legend's last ride as Jeff Gordon begins his final year behind the wheel. The Daytona 500 begins Sunday, February 22nd at noon Eastern Time, only on Fox. Streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Offside here. We'll get a whistle and a neutral zone draw.
Let's welcome the Super America Ice Crew and tonight's Super America Super Kid 12-year-old Logan March.
Well, the Wild 17-2 in shots right now. Where do you go from here? They've been able to find one hole in Varlamov, and that was on a deflection in front. You know that Zach Parise will have something to say. Continues to rack up the points, 9 in his last 8 games coming into this one, including 7 goals. I'll continue to get great push by a lot of their top players.
Cleach plays it out to the point. Stewart has it there. His shot deflects wide. Brodin just got to a loose puck before Talbot could redirect. Cleach with a shot. This goes off the end glass. First time the Avalanche have spent any time in the offensive zone here in the first period. Bannock to Parise at center. Trying to get it back to Granlund, and it forces the Wild in offside. Not surprising to see Varlamov be such a huge factor in a game here. Last year in the playoffs, his numbers were actually better here in St. Paul than they were at the Pepsi Center in Denver. Even though he was 0-3 here, his save percentage of 94, better than it was at home where it was 89.5.
They rely on him so heavily. A huge reason why they won the division last year, a surprising win. And he has missed some time with injury this year, though. Before this latest scamper of 17 games played out of the last 19, he missed 12 of the previous 14 with injury. It can always be tough on a team that relies on their goaltending so heavily.
And Menard's game reset. The only goal tonight scored by Charlie Coyle, his 7th of the year. Scandella and Niederreiter assist for Minnesota. Mike Dio happy to be able to keep his forward lines intact. This one a mild change after the Cook injury. Coyle, Niederreiter, and Jordan Schrader becoming Minnesota's third line. Hayda plays it ahead. The Avalanche come to center. Everberg in on the forecheck as Prosser goes back to retrieve for Minnesota. He flips to Charlie Coyle, who pushes forward. Mitchell knocked it down. Niederreiter back to Coyle. Coyle works his way in. Redmond had him tied up. And Varlamov covers for Colorado. Minnesota 6-1-1 in their last 8. Part of it has been Devan Dubnyk. Part of it has been the captain stepping up for Minnesota. Take a look at their numbers over those 8 games. Koivu's second in the league in face-off percentage. Parise has been brilliant.
Well, you have to have guys like that step up if you're really going to make any kind of push. And usually it is those kind of guys. The reason why they're premier players in the league is because of their ability to take their level, whatever that is, and elevate it even more. Not always easy to do when you already play at a high level. And just fantastic to see the Wild playing their style of hockey. A lot of it starts in their own zone. But those players, significant here, and they need to continue to be.
Scandella back defensively for Minnesota. Centering pass, then intercepted by Zucker. Plays it off the glass, but Holden holds the zone. Tanguay's shot deflects out of play. And a faceoff coming in the Wild zone. Just under 3 minutes left in this first period.
Well, guys like Tanguay, some of the veteran leadership for the Avalanche. We talked about Iginla. Tanguay, a 14-year veteran. Second stint with the Avalanche.
He's their leading scorer coming into tonight with 34 points. But just to put in perspective how the Avs have slipped from last year. Last year they had 5 players with 60 or more points. The Blackhawks were the only other team in the league that had 5 guys reach that 60-point plateau. Tanguay is their leading scorer this year. He's on pace for 54. They would not have a single player reach that magical 60 number.
And Iginla, of course, 37 goals. He also leads in points against the Wild of any opponent. He has 67 points coming into this one. Thought you got rid of him when they sent him off to Boston, but he's back after scoring 30 in Boston, signed with the Avs.
Vanek and O'Reilly collide in the corner. Koivu's centering pass intercepted by McKinnon. Across to Landeskog, who stumbled and lost the puck. Vanek back in for Minnesota. Vanek trying to work his way around Holden. Those two go into the end boards. Brodin holds. Granlund back down low where Holden intercepts. He got it to Stewart. McKinnon forces it by Suter at the Minnesota line. It's Landeskog. Landeskog flips one toward the net, knocked aside by Dubnyk. Parise spins away from a check and leaves the puck behind. The Wild gain control once more. Brodin. Haula taps to Brodziak. And now across to Scandella. Cross-ice pass in the skates of Haula. He manages to recover the puck. Got it to Brodziak. Brodziak in for Minnesota. The wraparound try. And Varlamov got a stick on it. Spurgeon rings it around for Scandella. Scandella works his way into the corner. Still with the puck. Now leaves to Haula. Haula knocked down from behind. Puck comes free for Spurgeon. A shot. That's off target. Scandella holds his own. His shot deflected off of Carter. Haula to Carter. Carter back out into the circle. A shot, and it's tipped. Varlamov got a skate on it. Brodziak has it there for Minnesota. Watched by Gennon as he plays down low. Good pressure from Minnesota's fourth line. Haula into the corner for Carter. He's tied up by Cleach. A physical battle won by Carter for the puck. Carter winds up going down. Cleach on top of him. Plays the puck to the corner. Clearing attempt. Carter got a piece of it. He has another man pinned up against the boards as Cleach sends it out to neutral ice. Spurgeon settles it there for Minnesota.
I can tell you this defensive core for the Avs is going to be exhausted at the end of this game. Maybe sooner. Maybe into the second period because the Wild have forced them to be in their own zone the entire period.
Tanguay cut off by Suter. Dropped it back, tapped ahead by Koivu. Zucker with 3 in the period. Zucker couldn't get the shot away. And the horn sounds, ending a very impressive 20 minutes for Minnesota.
Incredibly dominant, and not just the top line or the top 2 lines. We just saw that the fourth line were able to hem the Avs in their own zone for a considerable amount of time. And that kind of pressure pays off in the end.
Our CenturyLink link to what's next. Our NHL insider, the Star Tribune's Michael Russo, will join us. But before that, Kevin Gord will chat with the goal scorer, Charlie Coyle. His 7th of the year as Minnesota in front of the Avs. 1-0 after 1.
Getting ready for period number 2 in a 1-0 Wild lead. We're joined by Andrew Brunette, assistant coach, Minnesota Wild. Great start to this hockey game. What's the matchup that's working for your team so far?
Well, I think all 4 lines are going, so I think matchup-wise that hasn't been a problem here tonight. So when all 4 are going, we're a pretty good hockey team.
Good luck in this period.
Thanks, K-Trade.
There goes the Brew Cat, guys. 1-0. All smiles down here. We'll see if the Wild can keep it going.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks to Andrew Brunette for joining us during the intermission. Not much about which to be concerned if you're the Minnesota Wild after the opening 20 minutes.
Now, even with the fact that they have 1 goal on 17 shots, the finer point is that they have just absolutely owned the offensive zone in this game. So they just need to keep pressing, and they'll tire that D out, and then it'll start to come very quickly.
Holden pinching in from the point for Colorado. Dumped by Spurgeon in the corner, and the loose puck picked up by Zucker ahead for Pominville, and it was just off the mark, icing the result against the Wild. Jason Pominville, Jason Zucker, Mikko Koivu, the top line for Minnesota, and they have been electric again here tonight.
They just utilize each other's skills so well. I mean, Zucker is a guy that you want to get the puck to, but in that first period, you saw him feed Mikko Koivu on a couple of occasions for the one-time shot. So did Jason Pominville.
McKinnon with a shot that was blocked by Spurgeon. Landeskog fights off a hit, turns and fires toward the net. That was blocked. Landeskog along the boards for Colorado, watched by Koivu. Plays it into the corner. Scandella bumps there with McKinnon. McKinnon, the Avs leading scorer in last year's playoff series with 10 points. 2 goals and 8 assists. Cross-ice pass off target. Pominville has it. He and Zucker hit the offensive line. Pominville flipped it toward the net, knocked down by Varlamov. Brodin steps up for Minnesota and fires it in. Wild offside at the line, and we get a whistle.
Once again, a good little opportunity, and it's set up by the fact that Zucker's finding the right holes. Look at this, just misses that tip. Varlamov looks once again to be more aggressive at the top of his crease, and that helped lock that one down. The Wild were able to pummel him back into his net in that first period.
Vanek in for Minnesota. Flips to the corner. Mitchell's back for Colorado. Parise tried to get it to Granlund. Mitchell intercepts and starts back. Everberg flips it into the Minnesota zone. Brodin back defensively for the Wild. He and McLeod tussling along the end boards. Granlund trying to dig it loose for Minnesota. Puck winds up along the wall where Mitchell has it for Colorado. Sends it back in. McLeod holding onto the stick of Granlund. Everberg behind the net, centered it, and McLeod was there, could not redirect. Last 3 minutes or so of the first period were the best 3 for Colorado. They've had a little better pace here to the first 2 minutes of the second. Icing waved off. Parise beat that with his speed. Plays it around for Vanek. Vanek lets it go by to the point. Dumba holds. Vanek deflects to Parise. Parise tried to center. Howlo is breaking down the slot uncovered, but the pass was off target. Dumba back to pick it up for Minnesota. Watch there by Talbot. Briere comes away with it for the Avs. Into the corner and around to the boards where Brodziak. Tied up by Holden. Howla plays to the line. Held by Cleach. Dumba has it there for Minnesota. His pass intercepted by Cleach. The shot blocked by Howla. And Prosser banks it off the wall and out to neutral ice. Stewart goes back for Colorado. Brad Stewart.
I'm inside here, Keith. I'm inside.
Long ago, he was a first-round pick way back in 1998. 3rd overall selection in the draft that year. Matt Dumba, long pass, sends Brodziak in. He fires, and it's kicked out by Varlamov.
I think that caught some pipe. Brodziak's had a few good chances in this game. That line continues to pressure and get opportunities.
Avs have it here with Tanguay at neutral ice. Into the Minnesota zone. Niederreiter back to pick it up for the Wild. Around behind for Schrader. Schrader's pass was deflected. Now Spurgeon got it to Coyle. Charlie Coyle drops to Niederreiter. A shot saved by Varlamov. And he covers.
Brodziak winds up for a big slapper and almost was rewarded. This one just goes by Varlamov's blocker and catches the outside of the pipe. Everyone can contribute in this hockey game. Brodziak had one in the first period where Howla was drawing a penalty and was able to still get it out front. Brodziak put one up high into the chest of Varlamov.
False start on the draw, so we'll do it again. Koivu against O'Reilly on this face-off. O'Reilly plays it up against the end boards. Redmond has it there for the Avs. Brodin battling along the boards with O'Reilly. O'Reilly plays to the corner. Landeskog and Suter collide. Koivu lost the puck out front. Dubnyk stops McKinnon. Hayda plays to the corner. McKinnon. Bumped by Brodin. Loose puck picked up by Landeskog. In behind, it's O'Reilly. O'Reilly tried to center. Suter got a skate on it. O'Reilly in behind the net. Redmond takes a shove from Brodin. O'Reilly plays back in for Redmond. Redmond tried to get it to McKinnon. Now McKinnon has it along the boards. Out to the point. Hayda with a shot. That goes off the end glass. Landeskog. Out to the point. Redmond settles it down. Long shot. Glove by Dubnyk. Trying to cover and finally does.
He's so calm in between the pipes, and this a little bit of a miscue here, and Koivu gets it poked off his stick by Landeskog, and then McKinnon pounds away at it too, and later on in the same shift they got another opportunity, but Dubnyk has been just very calm, very sturdy back there, and you know, we haven't really seen any great opportunities yet in this game. The Avalanche do have those young talented players, but they've been in their own zone the entire game. This was the first time that they really had some zone time where they could go to work, and they had a couple of opportunities there.
Avs maintain the offensive zone. Gannon to the point. Mitchell's shot blocked. Mitchell recovers, and as it's stripped off of his stick, Vanek unable to clear, and it's another chance for Everberg. This one gloved and held by Dubnyk. 3 of the top 10 teams in college hockey, including the nation's #1, play in the WCHA. Don't miss the 2015 WCHA Final 5, March 20th and 21st at the Xcel Energy Center. Ticket packages are available now at Ticketmaster.com or at the Arena box office. Draw in the Minnesota zone, controlled by the Wild. Scandella pulls it back to Prosser. Icing waved off. The Avs will have to play it. Stewart. Pumped by Niederreiter and ridden into the wall. The puck sails out of play. Minnesota facing Colorado for the 3rd time this year. The first 2 were the first 2 games of the year. Minnesota was near perfect in those games, winning both. 5-0 here, 3-0 in Denver.
Denver's still looking for, or Colorado's still looking for their first goal against the Wild this season. Wild have done a very good job of playing defense by means of offense.
Long pass intercepted at center by Prosser. Niederreiter has it knocked away by Cleach. Briere flips it into the Minnesota zone. Knocked down there by Prosser. Prosser withstands a hit. Wild finally gaining control of the loose puck. Schrader back to Prosser, who starts ahead. Jordan Schrader with speed through neutral ice. Works his way into the Colorado zone. Drops to Coyle. Centering pass for Niederreiter. And he could not redirect. He was tied up by Stewart. Scandella tied up by Iginla. Niederreiter has it for Minnesota. In stride, Scandella at center. Ducks around Tanguay, but lost his balance. And Elliott's back to pick it up for the Avs. Duchesne plays it ahead for Tanguay to Iginla. Kicked away by Scandella. Scandella flips it high in the air over the head of Gennon. Brodziak pressures for Minnesota, but Gennon turns it back out to center. Ryan Carter's there for the Wild. Into the Colorado zone. Gennon goes back to pick it up. He's bumped off the puck. Carter with a quick chance, and it's knocked down and covered by Varlamov. Still 1-0 for the Wild. Sends Brodziak ahead. 2-on-1 with Niederreiter. He scores! Nino Niederreiter wins it for the Wild. That was at the end of last season, the very end for the Avalanche. Niederreiter's goal sent the Avs home for the summer and the Wild into the 2nd round of the playoffs.
And Nino Niederreiter knew that at the point where last season ended, he needed to work and get his game so that he could prove that he truly wasn't just a flash in the pan, and he's done that this year. He's added some elements to his game and wants to continue to press that in the second half of the season.
Zucker for Minnesota. Leaves it behind for Pominville. O'Reilly sent it ahead for Landeskog. O'Reilly, Landeskog, McKinnon. The top line for Colorado. McKinnon into the Minnesota zone. Tried to play it across. Landeskog breaking for the net, but it's broken up by Zucker, who sends it ahead. Hayda across to Redmond and back to O'Reilly. Avs game looks much more stable here in the second period after Minnesota thoroughly dominated the first 20. McKinnon shot kicked out by Dubnyk. O'Reilly back to Redmond. Redmond fires. It's off the end glass, and Dubnyk covers for Minnesota. All rights to the broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, telecommunication to the public, or other unauthorized use of the broadcast without the express written permission of the Minnesota Wild is prohibited. Avs again maintain the offensive zone. McLeod tied up by Scandella. Mitchell out to the point. Gannon with it for Colorado. His shot blocked by Schrader, and it deflects all the way into Colorado territory. Varlamov out to play it. Schrader nearly intercepted along the end wall. Had he been able to do so, Niederreiter was uncovered out front, and now we get a whistle and a slashing call coming. That is going to put Colorado on the power play.
Minnesota 22 minor for slash.
Niederreiter to the box, and the Avs to the power play with a chance to tie the game.
And this is how momentum shifts in a hockey game. And you get some pressure, and then on top of that pressure, you get some shots, and then on top of that, you draw penalties. And even though this penalty was in the defensive zone for the Avs, the chop right across the stick there sends Niederreiter to the box, and I'm sure the Avs are thinking there's our opportunity, despite what the shots on goal are, to get back in this hockey game.
Wild get a quick clear on the kill. Haula replaces Granlund. Haula and Brodziak up front for Minnesota. Prosser and Scandella on the back end. McKinnon in with speed. A shot save. Dubnyk. Loose puck. Cleared by Brodziak, but Holden able to keep it in the zone. Avs trying to snap a long drought on the power play. Haula. Prosser plays it to the line. Ginla knocked it down with a high stick, and the whistle will bring a faceoff in the Colorado zone.
And it's going to go all the way down, I think. Because they're on the power play, they're have to face that one off in their own zone. But what a shot by McKinnon, and a good save by Dubnyk. And the reason why it's a good save is because watch how quickly he releases this one. Just a quick step and then gone. And Dubnyk wasn't able to control the rebound because it was such a quick shot. But that's one of the strengths of McKinnon, is his ability to, in stride, fire the puck very quickly. He's fooled plenty of goaltenders in that way, and Dubnyk was able to stop that one.
Landeskog carries to center. Jumps around Brodin. O'Reilly holds his own for the Avs. And then it hops by him. Wild have killed their last 10 shorthanded situations. For the season, they're 6th in the league at 84%. But even better here at home, 89% on home ice. Landeskog drops it to Holden. Plays it up the boards. Ginla has his man tied up, but the Wild able to clear. 44 left in the power play. Holden leaves it behind the net as the Avs complete a power play change. Elliott for Holden. Back to Elliott. Into the Minnesota zone. His shot is up and into the netting. 27 seconds left in the Avs' first power play. And the Wild hoping that a successful kill can get the momentum back on their side of the game.
You know, this has been a little bit of a push back by the Avalanche. The Wild have learned earlier on this season that can't take your foot off the gas.
Spurgeon blasts one to the line and hops by Redmond and out to center ice. Avs bring it back in. Duchesne plays to the high slot. Poked away from Briere. He spun around in the corner. Duchesne had it for a moment. Scandella to Bronziak. And the Wild get a clear. Power play is over. Niederreiter's back on for the Wild.
That was a great example of Mike Yo's theory. Everyone's away out of the zone. And Bronziak alone in front of his own net. Got a pass from the corner. And a good clear by the Wild.
Vanek in for Minnesota. Winds and fires. Didn't get all of it. And it winds up wide. Parise trying to keep it alive for Minnesota at the Colorado line. Prosser banks it ahead behind Parise and controlled by Colorado. Icing waved off. Nate Prosser back to pick it up for Minnesota. Withstands a hit by McLeod. His pass tried to deflect it in at the Colorado line, but Vanek was tied up. Everberg dropped to Mitchell. Vanek there for Minnesota to Granlund and back to Vanek. Vanek gets the Colorado line to Granlund. Back across for Dumba. It deflects to the corner. And the Avs come away with the puck. Granlund and Hayda tangle along the wall. Cleared to center where Dumba collects the loose puck for Minnesota. 9 minutes left in the second period. Charlie Coyle's first period goal has Minnesota in front 1-0. Brodin plays it in. Varlamov tried to gather it along the end wall. He got it to Hayda. Koivu goes down in a heap in the corner. Trying to climb back to his feet. Tied up by Stewart. Got it to Pominville. Pominville backpedals. Suter waits for the deflection off the wall. Gives to Koivu. Koivu's shot goes wide. Rebound held by Brodin. In behind for Pominville. Pominville wins a puck battle against Landeskog. Zucker a drive. That was blocked by Hayda. Stewart has it behind the net. Stewart chips it off the glass. Everberg cannot clear. Brodin holds. Pominville works his way to the middle. Gives to Suter. Back to Pominville. Brodin wanted the one-timer. Instead to the middle. His shot was blocked. And the rebound comes out to neutral ice. Suter across to Brodin. Brodin sends it in for Minnesota as the Wild make a change. Landeskog beaten to a puck by Coyle in the corner. Coyle got it to Schrader. Schrader into the circle. Scandella with a shot. And a glove save by Varlamov. Wild still in front by one.
Still a 1-0 Wild lead. We're on the bench with Wild forward Jason Zucker. Avs came out with a nice push here in the period, but now you get a big penalty kill. How can you use that momentum from the kill to get back out and get that next goal?
Oh, we can definitely use it. We have to make sure we're getting in on the forecheck, pressuring their D-men, getting pucks to the net and cycling down low, and we'll be fine.
Anthony and Mike, up to you.
Well, that's exactly what they did after that kill. They got the puck back in the zone. The first two shifts, as a matter of fact, were all Wild again with a couple of shots on goal.
Icing here against the Avs will bring an offensive zone draw for Minnesota. Ice has been a lot more balanced here in the second after the Wild had a 17-4 edge in shots in the opening period. The Avs with a mild 5-3 advantage. Perhaps more noteworthy that there have been only 8 shots here in the first 12 minutes of the second period. Pace was considerably different in the first period. Vanek tried to play it out front. It was tipped and intercepted. O'Reilly to McKinnon, and now Holden at center. Into the Minnesota zone. His shot in, glove knocked down and then covered by Dubnyk. Stadium Series outdoor game is coming to the state of hockey next season when the Wild will host the Blackhawks at TCF Bank Stadium in February. Your best shot at tickets to the outdoor game is to purchase Wild season tickets next season. Call 651-222-WILD or visit tickets.wild.com for details. Face off in the Minnesota zone. Coyle, the goal scorer for Minnesota on the draw against Cleach. Coyle wins it cleanly. The pass intended for Schrader is knocked down by Stewart and fired back in. Avs changing defenseman as Schrader carries ahead for the Wild. Scandella fanned on it. Now battles with Cleach in front of the Minnesota bench. And it deflects out of play, so we get a whistle.
Well, the Wild trying to find another player with speed down the middle. Schrader was the guy that was the intended recipient of that flip-out pass, but didn't quite make it. Like Joe said, he has liked Schrader's game whenever he came up. Seeing some decent ice time here.
Said he wanted to get a player that could bring that kind of dynamic to align with Coyle and Niederreiter, a couple of big physical forwards. That line has the only goal tonight. Spurgeon's shot got through. Pad save Varlamov. Haula for Carter along the boards. Out to the point, Spurgeon. Spurgeon back in for Carter. Hayda had lost his stick for a moment, now has it back, and the Avs come to center. Iginla, first man in on the forecheck. Scandella quickly turns it back the other way for Minnesota. Carter saucers it across for Spurgeon. Drops to Haula, back to Spurgeon. Spurgeon circles the net. Looking for a lane out front. Goes across to Carter, but the bouncing puck escapes him. And the Avs are able to clear to center. Duchesne at neutral ice. Lost it to Brodziak. And again, the puck is in the Minnesota bench.
Well, we talk a lot about Jason Zucker, and it's because of this. The tenacity around the net, the nose to the net style, but also the other side of his game. Great back check in the first period, stealing it from one of the speedier players, and then drawing penalties with his speed. Getting a good shot, even though he was tripped up. And as always, when he gets into the offensive zone, he's going to shoot that puck. Mike Yeo mentioning a little while back that there's no reason why he couldn't play very similar style to a guy like Zach Parise, and that's certainly, it's a tall order, but it's certainly something to shoot for.
So they spent some time watching film of Zach Parise's game with Jason Zucker a couple weeks back. Said, look at every one of these plays that Parise just made are plays of which you're capable.
The other side of it is that Zach Parise is a lot more physical than people may realize. That's one part of the game that Zucker's actually added a little bit more of.
Pominville at center for Minnesota. Across to Zucker. Into the Colorado zone. Works his way into the corner. Koivu and Stewart collide. Koivu plays it out to the point for Suter. Suter holds with a skate. Back into the corner. Pominville to Koivu for a shot. Blocker save Varlamov. Zucker with a physical play here to win a puck battle. Then Pominville's tied up by Mitchell, and the Avs start back. Stewart banked it off the glass, intercepted by Koivu. His pass just out of the reach of Zucker. Tipped in as the Wild change. Varlamov plays it behind the net. Mitchell floats one all the way down, and the bouncing puck will result in Dubnyk leaving it for Brodin. Vanek tips it ahead through neutral ice. Redmond back to recover for Colorado, and across to O'Reilly. Landeskog has it in the skates of Granlund. Mike Yeo opting to go with the Granlund-Parise-Vanek line often tonight against Colorado's top group. Brodin plays it out to neutral ice. Hayda tied up there by Granlund. Landeskog back in for Colorado. Landeskog shot wide of the target, looking for a tip from McKinnon, but he was tied up on the play. Long lead pass. Vanek trying to spring Parise. Parise somehow manages to knock that puck into the offensive zone, and it's taken away by Hayda. McKinnon plays it out to neutral ice. Landeskog tied up by Spurgeon at the Minnesota line. Spurgeon sends Vanek in. Vanek down low, drops to Parise. Save Varlamov. Loose puck caught in the skates of Gennon for a moment. Briere to Cleach, and they're offside. The Minnesota line. Great scoring chance for Minnesota. Spurgeon to Vanek to Parise, but Varlamov with another save, and it's 1-0 Wild. Great clips from around the league. Zemgus Girgensons gave Buffalo an early 3-0 lead. The Stars starting to fight back. It's late in the third in Buffalo with the Sabres in front 3-2. Other scores that affect the Wild perhaps in the playoff race. Nashville defeated the Rangers today 3-2. The Kings won in Tampa. That put LA into the 9th spot. A Minnesota win in regulation here tonight would put them back in the 9th spot. Regardless of what happens in the Dallas-Buffalo game. Vancouver will be in action later on tonight. Very tight in the battle for the last couple of playoff spots in the West. Niederreiter cut off along the wall. Dumba plays down low for Schrader. Niederreiter works his way to the corner. Tried to go to Dumba, but it's in his skates and comes back out to neutral ice. Niederreiter back in for Minnesota. Charlie Coyle after it. Tied up by Elliott. Coyle withstands the hit. Finds Suter. Suter backs away from one man. Works his way to the corner. Cleach fires it back out. Suter holds for a moment. Now the Avs clear, and Niederreiter back to recover for Minnesota. Brodin drives one to the corner where Haula has it. Brodziak out to the point. Suter, athletic play to get there and hold the zone. Brodziak works his way in the corner out to the point. Brodin with a shot, and that was blocked. Brodin back to retrieve for the Wild. Kyle Brodziak carries ahead for Minnesota. His pass, Carter would have been offside. He has to relinquish the zone. Avs get the puck with 2:15 left. Iginla into the Minnesota zone. Suter back the other way for Carter. And it was poke checked away by Stewart. That forced Brodziak in. Offside. A little pushing and shoving. Minnesota got some help out of town the last couple of days. The Wild with a couple of nights off. And Thursday night, all in regulation. Dallas, Colorado, LA, Vancouver all went down. Last night, Calgary in regulation, Winnipeg in overtime. So in all, the 6 teams with whom Minnesota's battling in the playoff race collected one of a possible 12 points.
Well, the Wild know that coming out of the All-Star break, their next 15, 16 games, a lot of them are against that area of teams, the ones that are a few points above them and maybe a couple below them in that neighborhood. So this is a very important month for the Minnesota Wild. Shocking that Dallas is, well, right now laying an egg against Buffalo, given the fact that they want to get back in the race as well. But Wild will take that in regulation for sure. One thing the Avalanche have done maybe better than most this year is the reason why they're in it. They have the second most overtime / shootout losses in the National Hockey League this year at 11. So they've been able to manufacture those single points that have kept them in the race.
Spurgeon to Scandella. His shot right on, held by Varlamov. They've endured a couple of stretches where they've been beaten a lot more often than they've won. They've had a stretch where they lost 13 of 17, another where they lost 8 of 12. But in both cases, enough overtime losses where they weren't quite as painful as they may sound as you check out our Window Concepts game reset.
Wild looked like they were going to rout the Avs, but right now it's simply in the shot department. 22-9 are shots, but the Wild have done a good job of regaining that pressure that they enjoyed in the first period.
Scandella works his way in for Minnesota. To Zucker. Zucker to the point for Spurgeon. Quickly across to Scandella. Watched by Iginla as he plays it back in. Pominville tied up by Holden behind the net. Zucker shoved by Stewart. Zucker maintains his feet and the puck, but then lost it as he tried to get it to Pominville. Spurgeon knocks it down. Iginla's in early and offside at the Minnesota line with 1:10 left in the period.
Well, the Wild have been able to keep pretty much all the Avalanche quiet in this game. A lot of that due to the fact that they have pressured all game long. And so far this season, the Wild are third in the National Hockey League in shot differential per game. But since they acquired Devan Dubnyk, they're first at 6.5 in the plus category. They're first in shot differential. They continue to pressure teams, and this one is a very good example. Is right now 22-9 on shot total for the Minnesota Wild.
Interesting contrast between the Wild and the Avs. For the season, the Wild are plus 247. It's about 5 per game. Third best in the league. The Avs, third worst. They've been outshot by 267 shots this year.
Yeah, they're 29th in the league in shots allowed per game, so they definitely count their goaltender as their MVP.
Brodin for Minnesota. Across to Suter, and then to Granlund at the Colorado line. Granlund drops it back for Brodin. Back to Granlund in the corner. Vanek wheels and fires. That goes wide. Vanek looked like he took a shot in the chin. Avs able to tip the puck out to neutral ice. And Dubnyk will just let Brodin play it, hold it. Final seconds winding down here in the second period with Minnesota maintaining the 1-0 lead they earned in the first period.
Well, being able to reestablish something that you lost is very important. The Wild kind of settled back a little bit, gave up a power play opportunity, but right after that, after killing it, they got back down and pressured Varlamov, and so the Wild continue to hold that lead.
Coming up in our second intermission, Kevin Gorg will chat with Jordan Schrader. Wild 1, Avalanche 0 after 2. Devan Dubnyk has not been tested often tonight. Only 9 shots on goal. Through 2 periods, he's stopped them all. Charlie Coyle with the only goal of the game, and Minnesota leads 1-0. Our Bud Light What's on Tap. Wild are home Monday against the Canucks. And then at Winnipeg on the back end of a back-to-back against the Jets on Tuesday. A couple of Eastern teams, Florida and Carolina, are here later next week. This is the start of a very important 3-game stretch against other wild card contenders in the West. Opening face-off of the third, controlled by Colorado. 5 skaters aside. We've had only 3 power play chances combined in this game. 2 for Minnesota, 1 for Colorado. Scandella fights off a check, maintains the puck, ahead for Zucker, who tips it, but it's out of play.
Yeah, with that back-to-back set coming up Monday, then Tuesday in Winnipeg. That's their only back-to-back set of games coming out of the All-Star break for 17 straight. So the Wild have a great opportunity to get a little bit of rest here and there in between hockey games. And back-to-backs with travel can always be very difficult. This also gives the Wild an opportunity to play Devan Dubnyk on a consistent basis. If he continues the way he's going, give him a rest in between games as well.
Granlund back for Minnesota. Parise settles a loose puck, circles his net, hands it off to Brodin, and then across to Suter. Vanek deflects it at neutral ice. Granlund pokes it free. Granlund in, and he's taken down by Hayda. Penalty coming on the play. And the Wild will go on the power play. It was really a 2-on-0 if Hayda doesn't tackle Granlund.
I couldn't tell whether Granlund was just trying to control the puck or whether he was actually just trying to make the play, but they just didn't get it over to Parise quick enough. I think that he really wanted to freeze Varlamov, and by the time he was going to pass it to Parise, Hayden already caught up and tackled him. 3 penalties in this game by Colorado. All have been fairly necessary. You had Haula driving the net and was bear-hugged. You had Zucker driving for a breakaway and was tripped. And right there, a 2-on-0 that was negated by a penalty from Hayda. So the Wild forcing the Avalanche to take penalties that now they need to convert.
Ryan Suter starts ahead. Third power play for Minnesota. Suter drives it in. 4-player scrum along the boards. Vanek able to hold the zone. Plays it across to Pominville. Fires. Save Varlamov. And he hangs on with Stewart and Parise tangled up right in front.
Good to see Pominville firing the pill. He shot the puck on a consistent basis tonight, and I think in that situation, playing the point like he is on that top unit, he's trying to use some of the traffic in front to get a rebound or a deflection. That one sailed right through everybody and caught Varlamov in the midsection.
Draw controlled by the Wild. Suter gives to Koivu at the half wall. Koivu works down low across to Pominville. Winds, fires, save Varlamov. And it's cleared all the way down by Tanguay.
Well, another good shot, but another wide open lane that Varlamov had time to really lock down where that shot was going.
Koivu carries ahead for Minnesota. Maintains the puck into the zone. All the way across to Vanek. Vanek couldn't handle the pass cleanly. Koivu hustles after it. Got it to Parise. Out to the point for Suter. Vanek setting up out front. Parise goes to the point for Pominville. Pominville works down low. Hands it off to Vanek. Now Koivu's out front. Vanek looks, centers. It hit a skate. Talbot could not clear. Parise tied him up. Clearing attempt this time hit Cleach, and Suter holds. Parise in behind. Plays to Pominville at the point. Koivu looking for a lane to get it out front. Instead goes back to the point for Pominville. Across to Suter. Suter escapes one man. Carries down low. Centered. Koivu rolls one on goal. And Varlamov covers.
Well, that one had a little more steam on it. It might have found its way by Varlamov, who didn't see it until it was just rolling off the tip of his pad. Watch Vanek. This is what Mike Gill wants, is guys in front of the net, and you see how it just gets chipped through there at the last second by Koivu, but really doesn't get much on it. It's an easy save there for Varlamov. I like the presence though in front by both Vanek and Koivu in that circumstance.
Down to 19 seconds left in the Minnesota power play. Each of their power plays, we've seen the top unit for almost the entire 2 minutes because they've had the puck in the offensive zone throughout. Dumba, long shot, goes just wide. Spurgeon holds. In behind for Granlund. Spurgeon waits for the carom off the boards, goes to the corner for Niederreiter. Niederreiter to Spurgeon. Hayda's back. Avs at full strength. The shot got through. Save Varlamov. Niederreiter to Dumba for a drive. That was blocked by Hayda. Niederreiter. Watched by Kennan along the wall. Plays to Coyle in behind. Coyle escapes a check. Got it to Granlund. Granlund to the point for Dumba. Dumba fakes a shot. Works to the middle. Gives to Spurgeon. Back to Dumba. Wanted the one-timer. It was in his skates. Dumba got one through for Niederreiter. His shot goes wide. Spurgeon holds. Gives to Granlund. Granlund shot blocked. Dumba trying to hold the zone. Cannot. Landeskog stumbled but deflected it out to neutral. And Colorado gets a much-needed change. Wild will do the same. Even strength. 3.5 minutes into the third. Stewart back defensively, and Varlamov will smother and cover with Ryan Carter lurking nearby.
Well, Mike Gill definitely got what he wanted coming into this game, and he talked about getting going after having a little bit of time off. And so far this year, when the Wild have 2 days of rest, they're 1-4-2. But when they have what they just did have, which is 3 or more days of rest, they're 6-1-1. So that extra day has meant a lot for them. And he definitely got the start that he wanted with the Wild peppering Varlamov.
And that's not always easy to maintain your focus with multiple days off. Mike Gill talked about that today, saying they tried to incorporate some battle drills to keep the competitive level sharp. Everberg shot deflects over the top of the goal. Scandella has it for Minnesota. Prosser banked it off the wall for Carter. Everberg plays it back. Holden. And it was deflected in by McLeod. Dubnyk tries to leave it behind the net for Scandella. Avs able to hold. Redmond's long shot deflected by McLeod on goal and held by Dubnyk.
Well, Dubnyk continues to do what he has to do, and that is just lock down and freeze opportunities. One thing I like about Dubnyk is the fact that he's been able to halt momentum quite often of the opposition. He does it by freezing pucks whenever he can. He doesn't kick out generous rebounds by quantity or quality, and it's really helped the Wild become a better team in their own zone.
Brodin banks one off the glass out to the Colorado line. Hayda turned it back the other way, but Koivu deflects. Koivu plays to center. Tanguay back to pick it up for Colorado. Redmond fires it in. The last stop by Dubnyk, just his 10th of the night. That's all that Colorado has managed to this point. Tanguay has it deflected by Koivu. Suter has Duchesne tied up in the corner. Tanguay back to Duchesne, and now to Tanguay. Long shot by Redmond. Trickles in toward the net, covered by Dubnyk. One guy to watch for Minnesota is Ryan Suter. Take a look at how his performance has mirrored what the team has done. Started out the year plus 13, Wild 12-8. Went through that tough stretch. Minus 23 over a 21-game period, but last 5 he's been back on his game.
Well, and a guy that not only plays half the game, but he plays in all the key situations. He plays against the opposition's top players all night long. That kind of guy is going to reflect the way the team is going. I mean, it's just impossible not to. And of course, he's a big part of both positive and negative. But the idea is that he is going to always find his game. That's what type of player he is, and his consistency throughout his career is what really has given him his name. Good to see him and the Wild turning the page the other way.
Draw controlled by Colorado. McKinnon plays it into the corner. Scandella there for Minnesota. Landeskog jumps in to disrupt. Holden has it knocked away by Granlund. Got it to Vanek. He banks it off the boards and out to neutral ice. Stewart with it there for Colorado. Holden, cross ice pass, deflected by Spurgeon back out to neutral. O'Reilly carries in for Colorado. Bumped up against the boards by Scandella. Landeskog settles it down but fires wide. Vanek across to Granlund, and the Wild come to center. Granlund got it to Parise. Parise in for Minnesota. Spins away from Landeskog. Waits for support. Goes to Brodin. Brodin carries in and fires on goal. Held by Varlamov.
Well, Granlund a little bit east-west coming through the neutral zone there. He also did that on that 2-on-0 where he was tackled. Definitely would love to see him going north-south because his speed is an asset. But they got the puck in the zone and went to work. Good follow-up there by Parise. Seeing the activated defenseman, and I'm seeing a lot more of that from the Wild. Defensemen jumping in and making themselves available.
Suter plays in behind the goal. Niederreiter and Coyle try to keep it alive. Coyle comes away with the puck. His shot was deflected off the back of the net. Suter settles it down, quickly plays across for Coyle. Coyle flips it back in. Niederreiter bearing down on Gennon. Coyle joins the fight for Minnesota, comes away, got it to Schrader, who fires it wide. Suter decides to pinch. Back in for Coyle. Coyle tied up behind the net and taken down. Cleach plays it ahead for Colorado. Talbot harassed by Niederreiter at center, and the puck deflects out of play. Just about halfway through the third. Wild on top by 1. Our Toyota get caught up. Marco Scandella's shot tipped in by Charlie Coyle in the first period. That's the only goal of the game. Devan Dubnyk hasn't been very busy. He's made 11 saves. Minnesota throwing pucks at Varlamov all night long, but so far they've beaten him just once on 27 shots on goal. Koivu Koivu to draw here against Duchesne.
Well, the further it goes, the more emboldened the Avs get here, knowing that Varlamov's doing what he has to do to help them out, and in their minds, they just need one to tie. Definitely have a lot of the young, talented type players. Talked about Iginla and his ability to lead by example.
They've been so resilient. 10 wins this year when the opponent has scored first. That's happened 31 times, and they've had 10 wins and 9 overtime losses. They've had the ability to fight their way back in games. They've always been magical with the extra attacker. They failed to score against Detroit Thursday night. In fact, gave up a couple of empty net goals, but prior to that, it scored on 4 consecutive extra attacker situations.
Well, I know we're 10 minutes from it, but Patrick Roy is not afraid to get the goaltender out of there with as much as 3 minutes left in the game.
Pominville lost it just inside the Colorado line, and the Avs come back. Duchesne plays it ahead to Tanguay. A shot, skate, save Dubnyk. Maybe his best save of the night. Koivu leads a 3-on-2. Zucker carries in, drops to Pominville, a shot, and it goes just wide. Varlamov races back to the post to deny the rebound. Brodin with it for Minnesota. Gives to Suter. Suter patiently waits, then Haula dumps it in for Minnesota. Haula, Carter, Brodziak. The forward trio for the Wild. McLeod carries back through neutral ice for Colorado. Dumba back to recover for Minnesota. Brodziak pokes it ahead. Haula catches up with it along the boards. Carter racing over to the near boards, but Stewart got there first. Mitchell behind the net, watched by Prosser. Mitchell spins away from Prosser, plays it in behind, a centering pass. Dubnyk thought he had it covered. The puck was loose to his right.
Actually deflected off someone in front, and those are the types of goals that you got to be afraid of when you only lead 1-0. Someone firing one from the side or behind and having it carry off someone in front.
Carter has Brodziak breaking for the net, tried to center, and Holden went down to break it up. Everberg plays to the corner. Brodziak bumped there by Stewart. Holden relays it all the way down. Wild were changing, icing waved off. Dubnyk will leave it for Ryan Suter behind the net. Suter 11th among all defensemen with his 25 assists this year. Schrader to Coyle, but they are offside.
Well, Dubnyk, watch this puck get fed out front. There's Haula, there's Prosser, both skates, and Dubnyk was able to get the pad on there. It didn't come down very hard on him, but boy, you can't track pucks that are bouncing off skates, and a good defensive play there as Carter tries to find Brodziak, and as I mentioned, both Carter and Brodziak with some good opportunities in this game, and right there they were stuffed defensively.
Granlund dumped by O'Reilly, and O'Reilly has it behind the Colorado goal. Elliott tips it ahead. McKinnon trying to get it to O'Reilly. Vanek turns it back the other way for Minnesota. Granlund knocked it down. Suter takes a whack. Parise flips it into the Colorado zone. Vanek battling with Elliott. Clearing attempt. Held neatly by Brodin. A shot flutters wide. Parise has it to Suter. Suter backpedals, plays it back in. Granlund catches up with it in the corner. Granlund knocked down by O'Reilly. Landeskog has it for Colorado, and they come to center. Landeskog to McKinnon. He flips into the Minnesota zone. Suter back to play it for the Wild. Got it ahead at center for Parise. Parise drops it back for Vanek. Vanek tried to go back to Parise, and it was deflected wide. Charlie Coyle in the corner. Has it taken away by Redmond, who starts back. Redmond watched by Schrader as he hands it off to Hayda. Pass was tipped, so there's no icing. Spurgeon back to pick it up for Minnesota. Took a heavy hit. Scandella wraps it off the boards, but it deflects out of play. We're past the halfway point of the third. Wild on top, 1-0.
Pominville with 6 shots on goal already in this hockey game. He also had 6 against Calgary a few games ago, and they're hoping a few of these might go through. They've been of the point-blank variety, and Pominville's put himself in a good position with that line. I mean, that line is always surrounding the net. We talk a lot about Zucker and his speed, and Koivu with his good, solid play at both ends of the ice, and he just can't get it to go. There's a lot of time left in this one to find one.
Ryan Carter has it here for Minnesota. Across to Marco Scandella. Scandella's long shot knocked down and covered by Varlamov, who delivers a little whack to the back of the legs of Ryan Carter.
Well, anything to get in the goaltender's kitchen, right? Backing in a little bit on Varlamov after he made the save. They want to just let him know that they're in the neighborhood.
Big battle here between two teams hoping to qualify in the Western Conference. Minnesota currently a point behind Colorado in the standings. The Avs have played 2 more games. Los Angeles won tonight. Dallas lost. Vancouver will play later on. Those are the teams sitting in the 8 through 11 spots in the West right now.
Oh, right now, both teams trying to be careful, but Haula and Carter with a lot of talk at the bench as they were going off the ice. But it's just too tight of a game for anyone to start up any extracurriculars.
Scandella back to play it for Minnesota. Good balance on the play, allowed him to take a hit from McGinley and keep the puck. Spurgeon for Minnesota. Got it to the line, held there by Duchesne. Centering pass was deflected. Iginla has it in the corner. Tanguay, the leading scorer for the Avs so far this year, could not hold. Now he's back in. Tanguay splits the defense, but Scandella got a stick on it enough to break it up. Duchesne pinned up against the boards by Suter. Coyle swoops in, grabs the loose puck for Minnesota, but his pass too far for Zucker will result in icing against the Wild.
Oh, wow, just trying to be careful in their own zone, and Coyle tried to make a cross-ice pass to spring another player out of the zone. Good defensive play by Scandella and Suter there. As you mentioned, Tanguay putting up a good number of points this season. He had a good shot earlier in this period with a tricky sweeping shot that Dubnyk was able to stop.
Ryan Suter plays it ahead for Zucker. Zucker into the Colorado zone. Drops it back, tried to get it to the point. Pominville had it along the half board. Now Coyle behind the net. Zucker heading off on a change. Coyle trying to hold on to the puck long enough to allow Minnesota's reinforcements to arrive. Hayda in the corner. Plays ahead for Briere. Briere at center for Cleach. At the Minnesota line, Cleach dumps it in. Jordan Schrader goes back for Minnesota. Briere got it to the point for Holden. Holden, who had 3 goals against the Wild in the playoff series last year. Plays to the corner. Dumba could not clear. Schrader's attempt intercepted by Talbot. Talbot walks to the high slot, and a shot winds up just wide. Coyle plays ahead for Schrader. Schrader waited for a bouncing puck to settle. Now got it ahead for Niederreiter. He and Holden collide in the Colorado zone. 7.5 to go here in St. Paul. Dubnyk out to play it behind the net. First 2 men there were Avalanche forwards. Vanek banks one off the glass and all the way down. It'll be icing again against the Wild. Jimmy John's delivery of the game.
Well, Dubnyk has not really seen that many deliveries. He has been, well, he hasn't been busy, but he's been very solid in the ones that he has seen. And he just continues to play calm, and that's what he needs to do. All 12 of his shots that he's faced, you just saw them. We're not going to show you the 28 that Varlamov has seen. We don't have that kind of time. But Dubnyk, whether he's seeing 25 shots or 12 shots, he plays the same way. He's been very consistent in that Wild sweater.
Granlund wins the draw for Minnesota. Suter spins away from traffic in the corner. Vanek across to Granlund. Granlund behind the back for Parise. Parise all the way across to Vanek. Vanek fires. Glove save Varlamov.
Good quick release there by Vanek. He had to stop it and then unload it. Had to set it up, and Varlamov again. When Varlamov has a clear lane, watch this. Nothing but a lane. Landeskog was trying to get the stick in the way, and in that circumstance, maybe Varlamov doesn't want the stick there. But it didn't touch it, went right into his glove.
Vanek able to play the puck to the corner. Holden, first man there, got it out to center ice. Brodin across to Suter. Suter finds Vanek at neutral ice. Vanek's entry was deflected. Suter able to hold the zone. Got it to Granlund. Into the corner, Parise. Looking for Vanek, but it's off the mark. Brodin back down low for Parise. Parise tied up by Mitchell along the wall. And Mitchell emerges with the puck. Avs come to center with Everberg. Brodin in the corner for Minnesota. Puck winds up on the far side. Hayda lost it to Parise. Cross ice to Vanek. Vanek at center ice. Waiting. Lost the handle on it at the Colorado line.
He's just trying to buy time so the Wild could make a full line change, and now he, the last one, to change.
Redmond crunched by Scandella. Carter took a hit. Spurgeon got it ahead. Brodziak across to Carter, and we get a penalty behind the play. Looks like it's going to go against Brodziak for the Wild and put Colorado on the power play.
Jamie Hirsch back in downtown St. Paul, ready to break this game down next on Wild Live, presented by CenturyLink. We'll take a look at the third line's impressive night. Also, Jason Zucker staying strong on that top line. We'll also hear from head coach Mike Yeo. But guys, first, a very big penalty kill coming up for the Wild.
Well, Brodziak is going to get the penalty, and right there, you see that he said, I was going after the puck. And with his back turned, I can see why he felt that. He swung at the puck, caught the stick, and he gets a 2-minute minor, and a huge kill for the Wild coming up here.
Iginla. Now Landeskog. Prosser hustling after it for Minnesota. It deflects out of play. And a faceoff will come in the Wild zone. Second power play. Chance of the night for Colorado. 29th in the league for the season. Just under 13%. Hard to believe with some of the offensive skill they possess.
Well, it has to do, I think, with their defensive core. You'd have to have a solid couple of blue liners back there, or employ 4 forwards like the Wild do.
Howell scoops it up for Minnesota and banks it off the boards and all the way down.
That one squirted loose on Dubnyk, but because of his long reach, he was able to use the stick and poke it by the crashing forward for the Avs.
Iginla into the Minnesota zone. Scandella deflects it. Prosser plays to the boards. Holden holds. Iginla has it in the corner. Minute 15 in the power play. Landeskog supports McKinnon. Plays to the point for Holden. Across to Iginla. Iginla works his way into the corner for Colorado. Tried to center. Scandella got a stick on it. Landeskog in behind. Prosser's down. Landeskog recovers the puck. Now Iginla with it. O'Reilly deflects on goal. Kicked out by Dubnyk. And the Wild clear.
Well, Dubnyk was not expecting that puck to make it all the way through. This he thought was going to get deflected or stopped by one of the 2 players out in front of him. Good save.
Duchesne in for Colorado. A shot save. Dubnyk. He was sprawling backward looking for the rebound of the Wild clear.
Did he get help from Brodin? It looked like he got help from someone.
Briere races back in for Colorado. 22 in the power play as Brodin got a piece of it. Elliott fires just wide. Tanguay has it there for Colorado. Dubnyk as busy now as he's been all night. Elliott works his way to the circle. A shot kicked out by Dubnyk. Tanguay with 4 in the power play. Duchesne blasts one out front. Knocked down by Suter. Brodziak's back on. Minnesota's at full strength. Varlamov out to play it. Stewart flips it to center ice. Avs in the midst of a change. Spurgeon has it there for Minnesota. And Haula dumps it in. 12 consecutive kills for Minnesota over the last 5 games. Mitchell starts ahead for Colorado. Sidesteps Haula into the Minnesota zone. Works around Spurgeon. Spurgeon pokes it off his stick. Mitchell recovers. Stewart with a shot. That goes off the end glass. Avs starting to apply some pressure. Looking for the tying goal late. Carter deflects it out. Took a hit from Hayda. And Stewart's back to pick up the puck for Colorado.
We're into the Patrick Roy zone. It's kind of like the twilight zone of pulling goaltenders early. We'll keep an eye on that.
McKinnon's shot deflects up and out of play. 2:48 left.
Well, I think the Wild goaltender Dubnyk got a little bit of help from his defender. Here's the puck. It kind of squirts loose. And yes, indeed, it was Brodin who went reverse 5-hole on this one. Right back out the 5-hole the other way. As he was a backup to Dubnyk on that one. A great defensive play. The Wild were able to avoid getting scored on near the end of that power play.
Elliott fires it in for Colorado. No move to the bench yet for Varlamov. He starts to creep his way out of the crease area. Normally, Patrick Roy has not waited for the 2-minute mark to get his goaltender off when trailing late. Stefan Elliott with it here for Colorado. Redmond with Varlamov moving toward the bench. Redmond dumps it in, but it's out of play. And it'll be a neutral zone draw with 2:18 on the clock. And Patrick Roy scratching his chin on the Colorado bench, deciding when to get Varlamov to the bench.
Well, in a game where you maybe played somewhat of an equal pace or equal opportunities, it may be easier to pull them. But when the Wild really have lopsided opportunities all game long, it might give him a little pause here to really get his goaltender out too early.
Pominville takes Vanek's normal spot on the right wing, along with Parisi and Granlund, as Mike Yeo shuffles his lines a bit, trying to hold on to a lead. Varlamov to the bench as the Avs gain the offensive zone. Extra attacker on for Colorado. Spurgeon in the corner. Granlund plays it off the glass and out. Holden back for Colorado. It'll be icing against the Wild. And we do not need to remind Minnesota fans about how dangerous the Avalanche can be with the extra attacker on. They just failed against Detroit 2 nights ago, but with the goalie pulled, 4 out of the last 7 games, they have tied it. And it was 4 in a row with the goaltender pulled at one point.
Well, and as I mentioned, I'll reiterate, the Avalanche have 11 shootout or overtime losses this year, and it's because they've gotten themselves into a situation where they can actually go to that extra frame, and if they do drop it, they get that extra point. They're second in the league in that department, and the Wild certainly don't want to help them tie the league leaders.
Well, they've played the most overtime games. They've played 20 of them.
They've found a way to win a few of them, but if you're going to drop a game, you know that you want to do it with that free point.
Other thing to watch here is minute 49 on the clock. Remember, in last year's playoffs, he pulled the goaltender and then left the same 6 skaters on the ice for more than 2 minutes before the Avs tied one of the early games in Denver. Duchesne will take the draw against Granlund. Wild control. Spurgeon with it for Minnesota. And he flips it out to center. Stewart is there for Colorado. Drops it back to Iginla. Iginla comes to center. Holden deflects to the Minnesota line. Stewart's shot deflects up and out of play. And now I'd imagine we'll see the top guns for Colorado the rest of the way with 1:29 on the clock.
The the Wild have done a good job on the penalty kill in this hockey game. And this +1 is the very same thing for both teams. So Wild need to keep that posture.
Wild may have exercised the extra attacker demons last year. Game 6 against the Avs. 2 empty net goals for Minnesota. Sealed it and forced the 7th and final game in Denver. Landeskog knocked off the puck by Suter. Physical play by Suter. Parise's able to tip it by Holden and out to center. Redmond settles it down for Colorado. Minute 10 to play as Redmond comes to center. To the Minnesota line, then knocked away. Picked up by O'Reilly. O'Reilly cut off by Brodin. Back to the point, Holden. Coyle went down. Holden shot blocked out front. And Koivu clears for Minnesota.
Now the smart play. Koivu didn't panic. If he rifles that, then they're having a face-off. Instead, he just saucered one out to the neutral zone.
And the Wild were able to change. Colorado back in with O'Reilly. Scandell is clearing attempt. Knocked down by Everberg. O'Reilly up against the end boards. Now McKinnon supports. 35 to go. Granlund behind the net for Minnesota. Bronziak clears and out. McKinnon could not hold. McKinnon pressured by Carter. 22 to play as McKinnon dumps it in. Scandella back for Minnesota. Around to the boards. Carter has it held by Duchesne. Long shot. Tipped. Loose out front. Dubnyk down. And a whistle. Face-off coming in the Minnesota zone with 9.2 remaining.
It's great to have a big body back there. I'm talking about Dubnyk. Because that puck dropped down and he's got the wingspan that when he makes a save, he can really take care of most of the bottom of the net. This one goes through traffic and it drops straight down in front of him and he just sits on it. And the three guys pressuring in front, Duchesne, Landeskog, and McKinnon, are 3 of the guys you absolutely do not want getting a hold of that puck.
Charlie Coyle with it for Minnesota. Plays it off the glass and all the way down. Parise will negate the icing. And the Wild have won 5 in a row. Nine starts for Devan Dubnyk. 4 shutouts.
And although this one started to look like it was going to be an easy ride for Dubnyk, he came up big when they needed him to late in the game. Pulled goaltender, power play, and our 10-star star of the game, Devan Dubnyk, who continues to roll for the Wild, 7-1.
And with this win in regulation, Minnesota jumps over Colorado and Los Angeles. They are now just 3 back of the Canucks in the battle for the final playoff spot, and the Canucks are here next. Canucks Monday, Jets Tuesday, as the Wild continue to set their sights on the Western Conference playoffs. And Jamie, 5 in a row for Minnesota after this 1-0 win at home.
It's a never-say-die attitude for Mike Yo's club. We'll break this game down next on Wild Live, presented by CenturyLink. Talk about the third line's big night. Also, Jason Zucker continuing to shine for Minnesota. We'll get some player reaction and hear from the head coach, all coming up next.